After last week's new Sister Wives episode, Meri Brown and Jenn Sullivan decided to take action. They didn't care for the way Kody Brown slammed their friendship. Thus, they conceived the Salty Birches podcast. The idea is still pretty fresh, so Meri and Jenn haven't put together a cohesive project yet. However, they had a lot of fun promoting the idea on social media. But not everyone is thoroughly impressed with the content they come up with. One Sister Wives fan didn't care for the new promo. Immediately after Kody Brown's harsh, salty ** touches comment, Meri and Jenn had customized sweatshirts made. The TLC star also made it clear her friends weren't going anywhere. And shortly after, the women put out a hilarious video to promote their new show. Meri's new podcast ad is so bad, an annoyed Sister Wives viewer posted on Reddit. Apparently, Meri and Jenn have a new podcast called Salty Birches. If you have not seen this ad, you must. It showed up in my Facebook newsfeed, and this is awful. Awful, the OP continued. It's so bad. Meri and Jenn, and whoever filmed it, edited it. There were many people who saw this, and nobody said, "Yo, this CFC kicks. Do not post this on social media. I am lost for words." I can't share the FB link, but if you Google Salty Birches Facebook ad, you'll see it. While many Sister Wives fans agreed the ad was cringeworthy, they acknowledged that was the point. Meri and Jenn were clearly making a parody of a Wicked promo that circulated during the movie's theatrical run. The OP certainly didn't like it, and it's probable other viewers felt the same way. However, other Redditors raved over the video. Most notably, they wrote about how happy Meri seemed. Comments included, "This is exactly the kind of edgy clapback I'd expect from one of the Browns. We all saw the group dances at the graduation parties. Cringy and cheesy, it is their thing. It was nice to see Meri being totally herself after years of walls and sadness. Because it doesn't suck. It was fun, and they didn't take it as seriously as you are. It's not like they were submitting this for a Grammy. Everybody else is having their fun and doing what they want to do, making Patreon accounts, snarky merch, and anything else. Meri is finally free and is having a good time and is ready to tell her side. I think the fact it's bad is the point. Personally, I think it's hilarious. They are gonna make money off Kody. Someone should give you the memo that let's hate on anything. Meri is really tired at this point. Kody talking about it though. I'd say it did the job it was supposed to do, lol. What did you think about the ad for Jenn Sullivan and Meri Brown's new podcast? Were you a fan? Leave your own thoughts in the comments. Keep following TV shows Ace Online for the latest Sister Wives Season 19 news and updates. Catch the new episode tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on TLC. In the ever-evolving world of reality TV, Sister Wives has delivered its fair share of drama, family tensions, and emotional moments. Over the years, fans have watched as the Brown family navigates the complexities of polygamy, with each wife forging her own unique path. Among the wives, Meri Brown has often stood out, not only for her relationship with Kody, but also for her outspoken personality and willingness to speak her mind. In recent months, Meri, alongside her friend Jenn, made waves by launching their podcast, Salty Birches, a bold venture that has sparked mixed reactions among both fans and critics. A new venture, Salty Birches. Salty Birches debuted as a platform where Meri and Jenn could explore various topics, from personal anecdotes and life lessons to more tongue-in-cheek discussions about relationships, motherhood, and navigating life's challenges. The title itself, a playful yet somewhat provocative choice, sets the tone for the podcast. Unapologetically honest, sometimes sassy, and always entertaining. Meri, known for her dry wit and candid nature on Sister Wives, seemed to embrace the podcast as an opportunity to further express herself outside of the constraints of the TLC show. For Jenn, a close friend of Meri's, the podcast was also a way to share her own experiences, particularly those that relate to their mutual journey of empowerment and self-discovery. While some fans saw the launch of Salty Birches as a natural next step for Meri, who has been increasingly vocal about her frustrations and desires for independence, others were less enthusiastic, feeling that the podcast was a departure from the family-friendly image associated with the Sister Wives brand. The mixed reactions. The reactions to Salty Birches have been varied, ranging from praise for its humor and honesty to criticism for its apparent cattiness and lack of filter. Let's explore some of the key reasons behind these divided opinions. 1. Empowerment or drama. One of the major points of contention surrounding the podcast is whether it serves as an empowering platform for Meri and Jenn, or if it's simply a vehicle for drama and controversy. On the one hand, the podcast provides an outlet for both women to speak openly and unapologetically about their lives. Fans of the show who admire Meri for her ability to be blunt and fearless have praised the podcast for offering an unfiltered perspective on life and relationships. For many, Salty Birches is refreshing in its candidness, particularly in a world where women's voices are often muffled or carefully curated for public consumption. On the other hand, some critics have argued that the podcast sometimes crosses the line into negativity. The name alone, Salty Birches, sets the stage for a tone that can come off as snarky or even petty. The discussions often involve playful but biting commentary on the difficulties of relationships, navigating life's challenges, and dealing with the ups and downs of family life. While the humor may land for some, others have found it a bit too harsh, especially considering Meri's public struggles within her polygamous marriage to Kody. There's a sense that the podcast can often feel more like a space for Meri to vent her frustrations, especially about her relationship with Kody, than an empowering platform for growth and positivity. For some fans, this shift towards airing grievances, rather than focusing on solutions, can be off-putting, especially if they are used to the more family-oriented content that Sister Wives typically portrays. 2. The tension with Kody. Meri's relationship with Kody has been a point of ongoing discussion among Sister Wives fans, particularly since the public acknowledgement of their emotional distance. Throughout the series, Meri has often seemed sidelined, struggling to find her place within the family and grappling with feelings of neglect. Many viewers have speculated that Meri's frustrations with Kody and the larger family dynamics are channeled into her podcast, leading to what some might call salty commentary on the nature of her relationships. The podcast tone sometimes suggests that Meri is still processing the pain and disappointment she's experienced, particularly with the breakdown of her marriage to Kody. The tension between Meri and Kody, which has been evident in recent seasons, is not something that is easily ignored. And for some fans, hearing Meri discuss these personal struggles on Salty Birches feels like an extension of the ongoing drama from the show. For fans who are hoping for reconciliation or improvement in Kody and Meri's relationship, the podcast may feel like a reminder of how far apart they have drifted. Critics argue that airing this tension publicly, even in a lighthearted podcast setting, could be seen as perpetuating drama rather than healing or moving forward. However, for others, the transparency about these issues is a way for Meri to process her emotions and take ownership of her story. 3. Jenn's role, a friend or a sounding board. While Meri is undoubtedly the star of Salty Birches, Jenn's role as co-host has been a subject of mixed reactions as well. Some listeners have praised Jenn for being a supportive and engaging voice, adding a dynamic and fresh perspective to the discussions. Her friendship with Meri is clearly a deep one, and their rapport allows for an authentic back and forth that many find charming and relatable. However, some critics feel that Jenn often plays the role of a sounding board rather than an equal partner in the podcast. There's a sense that she's more of a sidekick than a co-host, and while this works for some listeners, it can feel limiting for others who might prefer a more balanced exchange. Jenn's occasional playfulness and her willingness to go along with Meri's rants can sometimes come across as enabling rather than offering a counterpoint or a more grounded perspective. It's clear that the chemistry between Meri and Jenn is what drives the podcast, but for some, the lack of depth in their conversations or the absence of more diverse viewpoints can make the podcast feel one-dimensional. 4. Fans' expectations. Breaking the mold. As Sister Wives fans, many people have come to expect a certain level of decorum and family-friendly content when it comes to the Brown family. Salty Birches, by contrast, pushes the envelope with a tone that is sometimes irreverent, blunt, and even a bit cheeky. This shift has left some fans scratching their heads, wondering if Meri's decision to step into a more outspoken, often sarcastic role is a departure from the family values they've come to associate with the show. For those who are used to the more wholesome portrayal of polygamy that Sister Wives offers, Salty Birches may feel like a sharp departure from that image. While Meri is certainly allowed to express herself in new ways, her podcast rawness can feel at odds with the more controlled, family-focused narrative that fans are familiar with. Conclusion: a work in progress. Ultimately, Salty Birches is a bold move for Meri and Jenn, one that embraces both their individuality and their shared sense of humor. The mixed reactions it has received are a testament to the complexities of balancing entertainment, personal reflection, and public perception. Some fans love the podcast's candid approach and the way it allows Meri to express herself outside the context of her role in the Sister Wives family, while others feel that it can be too harsh or too focused on drama. Whether Salty Birches will evolve into something more empowering or remain a space for lighthearted, sometimes salty commentary remains to be seen. For now, it's clear that Meri and Jenn are enjoying the freedom to speak their minds, but how the podcast is received will likely continue to be a conversation in its own right.